Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And today I want to talk to you about just saying no. Are you a chronic people pleaser and always saying yes to everything and everyone in your life? Me too. I was like that most of my life, from the time I was a child and into my early 20s and 30s. And I finally had to start saying no. And in some instances, it's really difficult. But I had a time where I was trying to find the balance between saying yes and saying no. And I call this getting in touch with my inner bitch. Because I went way over to the extreme sometimes. I was like, no! But you don't need to be like that. There's a more graceful way and a self-respecting way to say no. And it's okay. And the reason I'm doing this video this week is because I had an experience last week where I said yes when I was really feeling no. I got invited to an event that was on the weekend. And usually that is a big fat no, because the weekends are my golden time with my husband. It's the only time we have together. And unless there's something I really want to go to that I'm really excited about and I've had time to kind of psych myself up mentally and physically get ready for it, it's usually a no, because my time is for him. So I don't even know why I said yes to this thing. It was kind of more like a should, which is a lot of times the reason that we say yes to things, because we feel like we should, and we end up shoulding all over ourselves and doing things that we really don't want to do. So I committed to this thing, and then when the weekend rolled around, I really didn't want to go, and I actually wasn't feeling well either. But I thought, no, I said, yes, I'm going to go because I made a commitment, and I'm going to stand in integrity, and I'm going to go. I got to show up. And the more the morning went on, when I was getting ready for this thing, I felt worse and worse and worse. And my body was like, yeah, you're not going. And when I reached a point where I almost passed out, I thought, oh, okay, you're right, I'm not going. So I was able to cancel, fortunately, and send my regrets and say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it. But I feel bad about it, and I thought, and I was beating myself up, like, why did I say yes in the first place to this thing? And we do that a lot of times for the wrong reasons. So what I want you to think about is, when something comes up, whether it's an opportunity, an event, spending time with a certain person, I want you to check in with yourself and ask yourself how it feels. If you think, okay, I got invited to this thing, how do I feel about going? And if you feel excited and enthusiastic and you get a little charge, like, that's a yes. But if you feel kind of icky and like, I don't know, just the I don't know, that's a no. I'm sure you've heard the saying, when in doubt, don't. And it is true in this instance when you're trying to decide if you want to do something or not, if you want to spend time with somebody or not. Yeah, it's also people in your life. Are there people in your life that are always kind of dragging you down? Maybe they're always complaining. Maybe they always want a lot from you, expect a lot from you. They drain your energy. It might be time to start saying no to those people. And I know that it can be difficult, because when you start saying no, you're going to get backlash. You might get backlash from some people because they're so used to you being there and always saying yes. But that's okay. You just really need to stand firm and stay strong in your no, and just respectfully decline things. And it's nothing against anyone or anything else. This is you just honoring you and really tuning into what feels good and what doesn't. And when you start to follow that gut instinct and your heart and do what really makes your heart sing and feels good and feeds your spirit and kind of calls to you, you're going to find your life opening up, and there will be more things that you want to say yes to coming to you. That experience last week was a good lesson in saying no. And I had a similar experience years ago. I mean, it was a different situation, but I had just moved into a new place, and I was so tired. And I had met this woman through some mutual friends, and I really liked her. You meet someone and you click. And she was having a birthday party, and she invited me. And she lived way out in an area that I was totally unfamiliar with. I didn't know anybody that was going to be there, but I had said yes, that I would go to this party. So I went, and I got lost on the way there, and I could have turned around to come home, but I was in that state of mind, like, no, I said, yes, I'm going to go, and I committed, and I'm going to show up. And so I finally found it. And the woman was so drunk when I got there, I don't even know if she really remembered who I was. So I hung out for a while, I talked to a few people, and then I thought, I don't want to be here. Why am I here? And I went home, and I didn't go out for 3 months. It wasn't a traumatic thing. It was just me really honoring myself. I really felt like I needed some time to nest in my new place, and I just really wanted to be home, and I just wanted to be with myself, and I really enjoyed it. And there was a time that came when I was like, okay, I'm ready to start going out again. And I wasn't a hermit for the rest of my life, but I just needed that time. And so I learned from that one experience that saying yes to something that really wasn't important to me and wound up not really mattering at all made me understand how important it is to honor myself and to say no to the things that I am not really interested in, that I don't feel are going to serve me, that I feel might drain me. So I want you to think about that yourself. When something comes up that you feel you should do, someplace you should go, someone you feel you should be spending time with, whether it's for your personal life or business. Business is a big one that traps a lot of us, like, oh, I should show up here, I should show my face, I should go network, I should be passing my car, whatever it is. If it doesn't feel good, the energy you're going to be showing up in is not going to feel good to you, and other people are going to pick up on it, and it's not authentic. So think about that. And it really lends to the fact that we should, I shouldn't even be using the word should. should, I'm shitting all over myself right now. We want to focus on things that feel good to us, that are a natural yes. If something comes up and you go, ooh, yeah, or if someone calls you and wants to go out, ooh, yeah, I can't wait to spend time with that person. Yeah, I would love to see you. Go with that. That's life. That's the universe calling you in the right direction. So when you follow that natural yes, where your heart is leading you and your gut is going, yeah, go for it, you can't go wrong. And you will be led into places and situations and to new people that will just make your life so incredibly wonderful and fulfilling. So just be strong and be firm in your no and be selective about your yes. And I want to thank you for saying yes to watching this video. I'm always glad that you're here to join me every week and listen to the stories that I have to share. And with that, I just want to say have a great weekend. And I hope your weekend is full of yeses that feel really, really good to you. And stand strong in that yes. And don't be afraid to say no. And I will see you next week.